What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Today I will be um, playing some stuff because I am really bored and I'm eating crisps. You see that? Good. No, fuck. No, stay there. Oh, perfect. Yeah, you got it. Mm-hmm. Let's watch some YouTube until that. Look, I don't want to get my keyboard like all dirty and stuff. I recently cleaned my mouse mat, but yeah. Hmm.
From the first game in 1997 all the way to Grand Theft Auto 5 released in 2013, the Grand Theft Auto franchise continues to rank among the greatest and best-selling games of all time. Let's go through the entire evolution of this legendary franchise.
No, not gonna lie. The best ever Grand Theft Auto games were 3, Vice City, no, actually, my top 3 are, and number 3 is GTA 3, and then at number 3 we have GTA, no, okay, wait, my first one is GTA GTA Vice City, no, my third one is GTA San Andreas. My second favorite one is GTA 4, the one that I play that I really like because of the physics. And the first one, actually no, I'll put GTA 4 as the first one, GTA 5 as the second. I wouldn't put GTA 5 at first because of the modders and the bullshit. If you go to GTA 4, like there's no modding and all this bullshit.
This is the evolution of Grand Theft Auto. In 1997, the first Grand Theft Auto game was released for PC, PlayStation, and 2 years later, also for the Game Boy Color.
I'm confused as how, like the Game Boy, I think it had like really the specs. I don't know how they managed to run a game that is okay 1990 at that much, because that small thing may not be good.
The first
Let me check that. That much, because that small thing may not be good.
The first
Let me check that. That much, because that small thing may not be good.
GTA must look archaic to fans of the more modern entries of the series.
If this Grand Theft Auto game, okay, probably graphics weren't like that, but if 1997, the first Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, and for the graphics, they were actually realistic.
Its top-down perspective and
1997, the games were like, wait. Yeah. So, yeah, 1997, there was Grand Theft Auto, the first one. Wait, let me check. Okay. So this game is the best game, better than Grand Theft Auto. Okay, sure the graphics weren't that good, but this game was the best game ever. And it was made in 1996, before a year before after Grand Theft Auto, the first one came out. But this game It's a little new game, and you can only play it with the N64. Which I think you can play it with like an emulator. I use Product 64. Let me just show you it. So if I have this one right here, the Product 64. You can either play with the controller, which is really good, or you can play with the keyboard and mouse. Both are good, but yeah.
Rough polygonal graphics are a far cry from the expansive, detailed city spaces we've eventually come to expect. However, the game was
In 1997, if somebody would see these graphics, they'd be like, oh my god, so realistic and everything.
still as crime-focused, mature, and violent as we know it today. But that wasn't how the game started. First, it was titled Race and Chase, in which players would be a police officer pursuing criminals. However, the game was considered boring, so the name was changed to Grand Theft Auto, and instead of a police officer, players would become a criminal. The game was made up of 6 levels split between 3 main cities, which were based on real-life cities in the United States, including Liberty City based on New York City, San Andreas based on San Francisco, and Vice City, which is based on Miami. These cities would continue to come back in the series. In 1999, an expansion pack was released known as Grand Theft Auto London 1969. As the name suggests, it took place in London during the late 1960s. This included aesthetic elements from this time period, including vehicles, but also British slang. Both the original GTA and the expansion pack received mixed reviews. It was praised for its freedom, but the graphics were seen as unimpressive. Nonetheless, the game became a success and over 3 million copies were sold. Fun fact, Grand Theft Auto created a great deal of controversy due to its violent content. The House of Lords was considering banning sales in the United Kingdom. However, luckily it was never banned, and Rockstar Games
Yeah. When I was, I think, 6 years old, my brother had a PlayStation 2, and at the time I didn't know what Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was, and he had the TV and everything. I was like, let me play it and everything. I used to ask my mom every time to play the game. She's like, she declined because it's violent and everything. Turns out that wait. 10 years later, Grand Theft Auto, I got my PC, and Grand Theft Auto was free on the Epic Games Store, which when I told my parents to buy me Grand Theft Auto, they're like, no, because it's too violent, you have to be 18 plus, that's bullshit. At the time, Grand Theft Auto 5 was out. I got it, like I got the game because it was free somehow in the Epic Games Store. I purchased it, I was so happy. And then one game I got and I played it. Tomorrow after the day I bought it and I played everything, she came in my room yelling at me because I bought Grand Theft Auto. And then she was having an argument because she thinks the game is too violent. Okay, the game is violent though. She thinks the game is violent because of they kill and everything. In my mind I knew this is bullshit because the game, Grand Theft Auto, is not a real game. And yeah, so let's just say that when I got a PC here, well, okay, I got Grand Theft Auto and then they can't say nothing about it because it's on my account and everything. So if they try to manage to delete my, if they manage to somehow delete everything from the PC, nothing will happen because it's logged in. Plus, if they log into my Rockstar game, into my Epic Games account, they will need a code from my email, either phone or that, saying that there's a verification code, so they can't access my phone.
cleverly used the controversy as free promotion for their game. In 1999, Grand Theft Auto 2 was released for PC, PlayStation, Dreamcast, and the Game Boy Color. The second game in the franchise was a solid step forward that expanded the groundwork established by the first game, although it wasn't the genre-redefining step that its successor would become. Its significant evolution was its mission design. Instead of having a linear sequence of missions, you could choose to freely accept missions from different, often opposing gangs at any time. This created a chain of events that affected how gangs perceived you. Side missions were firstly presented and have since followed every game of the series. You could earn money by working as a taxi, bus, or delivery truck driver. Additionally, the game saw advancements in pedestrian behavior. People would walk on the street or enter public transportation vehicles. If they were criminals, they would steal cars or engage in random fights with the police. Instead of in-game footage, the game featured a live-action short film as an introductory sequence for the game. Yet again, the game was criticized for its graphics and received mixed reviews. In total, 2 million copies of Grand Theft Auto 2 were sold. In 2001, Rockstar Games published
This is the best first game that's released in 2001. Called
Grand Theft Auto 3. It was released for PC, PlayStation 2, and the Xbox. Although the first two GTAs were both proofs of concept for what an open-world action game could be, GTA 3 took that idea to the next level. Unlike its predecessors, you were free to walk from a third-person perspective, breathe and live in a 3D city. This simple shift in perspective increased your engagement with the world. With the open-world structure of its ancestors once again at play, the ability to freely take on missions or merely cause chaos was satisfying and innovative gameplay. Storytelling was also greatly emphasized, with celebrity voice acting within dramatic cutscenes. Unfortunately, the protagonist had little personality or backstory. Grand Theft Auto 3 also generated a lot of controversies. GameSpy awarded the game with Most Offensive Game of the Year. They thought it was disgraceful that players were awarded for causing mayhem and killing innocent people by the dozen. Despite its controversies, Grand Theft Auto 3 became a massive success and was generally very well received. Many reviewers found the 3D graphics a significant improvement over the 2D graphics in previous games. Official PlayStation Magazine named it, quote, the most innovative, outlandish, brilliant video game. And IGN said it was one of the best titles of the year. On Metacritic, the game even scored a 97 out of a 100 and became one of the highest scoring games of all time. In total, a whopping 14.5 million copies of Grand Theft Auto 3 were sold. Fun fact, players could use cheat codes to get an unfair advantage or just to have fun. These included cheats for being able to fly your car, getting all weapons, or spawning a tank. Before we continue, I would like to thank our sponsor, visiting Discount Star North and published by Rockstar Games. It first became a PlayStation 2 exclusive, but it also became available for the PC and the Xbox 1 year later. The game offered a more detailed city, known as Vice City, which is based heavily...
This is the confusing thing I have. So, let me show you. So I go to... Let me go like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I see it right. Wait. So, look, if I go like this... okay, so if I go here and searching Grand Theft GTA, look at this. Okay, why is my camera focusing? You know how long has since the game came out, Grand Theft Auto? Let's do Vice City. Okay, yeah. Perfect. This is the thing I want to show you. So, you see the game, it has been released, and even the updates, the update was 3 years ago, when improved bug fix and everything. The game has been released since 2011, and this is the gameplay of the game, man. I am on a fucking iPhone 13, and we don't even get ray tracing in this game, man. GTA, the trilogy came out, and they got some improved graphics, I would say, but the game, man. Yes, look. What? Why? What is this? These are not the graphics support in 2022 for an iPhone 13, man. The graphics you can play on in a game, for example, like Apex Legends and everything, you get the maximum good frame rate and everything, but like that's Rockstar to fix that part. Bullshit. So, I was thinking. We could play something because I'm really bored and I don't know what to do. What can I play? Let's play some Skywars, like some random lobbies. Oh yeah, here I have a Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which actually try Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I mean both like. Cause it's just the time. The games are not. None of the games that came out. No, there's no like good games to come out, and like gamers like me. I think we'll try Grand Theft Auto or Minecraft. I'll try Grand Theft Auto actually. I was drinking too much water. Let me just check the thing that I don't have any lag. Let me just check the thing that I don't have any lag. Just check the turn of the distance. This boy. Okay, wait. Let me one off. Subtitles. All the way up. Back. Quit. Aloha. Oh my god, I hate this game. Where like the character won't even move. Okay, we're not gonna play GTA Vice City because if I would, I have to fix like a bunch of shit. Let's play some Minecraft. I'm bored. Oh wow, your last gameplay is 463 FPS. Nice. My phone is dirty. Shit. Actually, no, cast. Thank you. Thanks. 1.60.5. I'm about to do. Yeah, what would life? Oh, it's me. When the else join your stream.
2012, Apple decided to use lightning chargers for their iPhones for the next decade. 10 years later, it is 2022, so this could be the last year where Apple's going to be using their lightning chargers for their new iPhone 14s. But this charger is going to be very special because it will have a faster 3.0, which can transfer 8K video and ProRes. It will also have a USB Type-C at the end, while Apple will have a lightning charger at the front. And this charger is basically going to be gone by next year because next year we will be getting the iPhone 15 with USB-C.
So what happens if I have an iPhone 13 and I have lightning cable? If it says,
Well, I'd like you to.
no brother, I'm
There's
not going
always a
to
couple of you in the comment section
leak my phone away.
how these folding phones have increased.
Let's do it. Hard. Let's do it.
But here's the thing, when you're looking at the phone straight on, like how people would normally
Also
use
easy.
phones, you can't really see a crimson.
If you stay in this room for 50 days, $5 million will be in your card. The couple in
That's
front of you
easy.
is the first challenger. Randy couldn't wait to push the button. The time countdown also officially began. The two of them were excited to hear about the prize money and hugged each other. They planned ahead how they would spend the $5 million. Then they started to get to know the place. Disappointed that there was only one bed. The bathroom is only for one person. A bottle of nutritious milk tea. But this was enough for the confident pair. Soon it was 10 p.m.
Okay, I think I just heard something. Where the settings are. Oh no, I won't. Perfect. Good. Now I'll check my Minecraft. I mean my So I keep getting around. Why did this? Oh, there it is. What? Wait.